Okay, Rapids Dawn still continues with sport, and I am Ijoma Victor. I will head straight to Zurich, where the World Football Governing Body FIFA has reaffirmed that Democratic Republic of Congo will participate in the intercontinental playoffs for the 2026 FIFA World Cup despite a formal protest lodged by the Nigerian Football Federation. Now, the confirmation came through an exclusive interview published on FIFA's official website with DR Congo head coach in the person of Sebastian Dasabir ahead of the decisive playoffs tournament scheduled to take place in Guadalajara, Mexico on the 31st of March. Now, Nigeria had earlier filed a petition with FIFA alleging that DR Congo fielded ineligible players during their encounter with the Nigerian national football team, popularly known as the Super Eagles. Now, the complaint raised hopes amongst Nigerian fans that the result could be overturned, potentially allowing Nigeria another chance to compete for a World Cup spot. However, FIFA has yet to publicly address the protest while continuing preparations for the intercontinental playoffs involving the Congolese side. The interview with Desabir effectively signaled that DR Congo remain on course for the playoffs match, which will determine whether they secure a place at the 2026 World Cup final in North America. DR Congo, nicknamed the Leopards, are attempting to qualify for the global tournament for the first time in more than 5 decades. Their only previous appearance came in 1974 when the nations then known as Zaire competed in the tournament but exited the group stage without scoring a goal. Now, speaking ahead of the decisive encounter, Dasabir said his team was highly motivated and focused on achieving its long-standing objective. The French coach credited the team's collective resilience for their progress through the qualification campaign. Now, Desabir also highlighted his team's defensive discipline, noting that DR Congo have conceded only 1 goal in their last 4 qualifying matches. He attributed the team's progress to unity within the squad and commitment to the shared objective. DR Congo secured their place in the playoffs after beating Nigeria in the CAF's playoffs round via penalty, following a 1-0 draw after extra time. The quality of probably to qualify for the World Cup, the Leopard must win one final match in Guadalajara against either Jamaica national football team or New Caledonia national football team. And to the Monday night football played yesterday, Nigerian forward Tolu Arokodare came off the bench to rescue a point for Wolverhampton Wanderers in a 2-0 draw against Brentford FC in Monday English Premier League clash. Now, Brentford made a bright start and opened the scoring in the 22nd minute through Nigerian defender Michael Kayode. Now, the host doubled their advantage in the 37th minute, where Brazilian striker Igor Thiago found the back of the net. Now, Wolves responded shortly before the break as Adam Armstrong pulled one back in the 44th minute to keep the visitors within reach heading into halftime. Now, both sides pushed for another goal in the second half, but it was Wolves who eventually found the equalizer when Arokodare headed home from close range in the 77th minute to level the score at 2-2. Now, the goal marked Arokodare's second of the season after 26 league appearances for Wolves. Now, despite the draw, Wolves remain at the bottom of the table with 17 points, while Brentford sits 17th with 45 points as the season progresses. Meanwhile, let's look at other games played on Monday night. Let's tell you that in the Italian Serie A, Fiorentina defeated Cremonese away from home 4-1. And in Spain, it was Raducanu and Levante settling for a 1-0 draw. Then looking at the Nigerian Premier Football League, Ikorodu City pipped league leaders Rivers United by a single goal in Lagos. And we head straight to Brazil, where Santos forward Neymar has expressed sadness over the decision of Brazil coach Carlo Ancelotti to drop him from the team's squad for the international friendly against France and Croatia later this month. Ancelotti had on Monday released his squad and didn't include Neymar in the list. The Italian explained that the former Barcelona and PSG star is not 100% physically fit. Reacting, Neymar told the media at an event in Sao Paulo that he was sad over his exclusion from the list. I am upset, sad about not being called up, but the focus remains day after day, training after training, game after game. Now we are going to achieve our goal. There is still one final call-up left, and the dreams live on. That is it. We are in this together. Now, Brazil also preparing for the World Cup, playing a friendly against France and Croatia. Now the stage is set for the UEFA Champions League round of 16 clash that will go down this evening. Now the second leg fixtures, which will take place on Tuesday and Wednesday, expected to be a fight to finish for 16 teams, as only 8 will progress to the Champions League quarter-final stage after the conclusion of the matches. Now the first leg were played last week on Tuesday and Wednesday respectively. Now there are currently 16 teams left in the tournament. Bayern Munich, Liverpool, Atalanta, Sporting CP, Tottenham Hotspur, Paris Saint-Germain, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Chelsea, Arsenal, Newcastle United, Atletico de Madrid, Galatasaray, Bayern Leverkusen, Manchester City, and Bodo Glimt. Now looking at the fixtures that we go down later today, let's tell you that Sporting CP will take on Bodo Glimt. Arsenal will be up against Bayern Leverkusen. Chelsea will take on PSG at the Bridge. Then at the Etihad Stadium, it will be Manchester City up against Real Madrid. Now looking at the games that we go down, Sporting CP, yes, seems to be, Bodo Glimt rather, seems to be the surprise of the team. Will take on Sporting CP. Now, this game will go down at the Estadio José Alvalade Stadium in Lisbon. Time for that game is 6:45 p.m. Now, Bodo Glimt took a surprise first leg win, 3-0 in Norway last week. Now, Sporting CP will, put a strong display at home to come out with a good result against Bodo Glimt. Now, let's also tell you that Chelsea and PSG will also go down this evening. Now, the match will take place at the Bridge precisely at about 9 p.m. Now, the Blues lost 5-2 against PSG at Parc des Princes in the first leg. Now, the Premier League West London club will need to score at least 4 goals and concede nothing against the Parisians in the bid to progress to the next stage of the Champions League. Meanwhile, let's take that interview of Chelsea coach Liam Rossinoy alongside Joao Pedro in a press conference.
Yeah, so with Reece, he's felt something in his hamstring at the end of the game against Newcastle. Really frustrating and disappointing one for us. We don't know the full extent of that injury, but that rules him out for tomorrow's game.
Is the Reece frame?
With a hamstring injury, it's never great. And for Reece, hopefully we can just get him scanned. We can find out the full extent, and then we know more. Because obviously we know what an important player he is, what an important leader he is in the group. He's our captain, and also in terms of Malo, he's ill today, so we'll have a look at him for tomorrow. And the other one,
Philip and Estevao as well, please.
Yeah, Este's back in training.
Yeah.
He'll be a part of the group. We'll assess whether he can take part in the game at some point tomorrow. And with Philippe, he's felt something in his groin after the PSG game, and again we're getting him scanned and to find out the full extent of that injury. Yeah, fantastic. He's a top player. He's apologised for the incident in Paris. No, there was no real bad intention from him. He wanted to get on with the game, and I think UEFA have made the right decision. I think in terms of the huddle, I think it's been blown out of proportion. To be honest, it's a small thing amongst many serious things that we need to address, such as the massive game against PSG tomorrow. In terms of the huddle, the lads have always wanted to show unity and togetherness. I think they'll continue to do that. But what we don't want to do is antagonise or bring more noise on ourselves, and we'll make the decision on where we do that on the pitch tomorrow.
to play in the Champions League, I think, is the dream of every player. And yeah, I'm enjoying a lot to be here in Chelsea. I'm happy here. And tomorrow I have another opportunity to show to everyone our power, and hopefully we can win the game.
Yeah, I think if you look at the game in isolation, you look at the scoreline, we were punished by some very good players by our mistakes. And for us, I think it's been a theme. I think we performed consistently very well, but we've been undone in games by moments of focus or concentration. For us to go through the tie tomorrow, we need to be perfect in terms of not making mistakes, in terms of our performance in possession, our possession. We have to remember that PSG are the European champions for a reason, but we've also shown in times that we can definitely compete and beat them in games, in isolated games.
I think this week being like I said, difficult for us, but we know our strength. We know the players here. We still believe we can do again, because they show our power in the Club World Cup. We won 3-0, and tomorrow need to score 3 goals again. So yeah, I think the group believe, the coach believe. I think the fans should believe as well, because tomorrow gonna be a great game for everyone to watch.
Well, that's Joao Pedro. He believes. The coach, Liam Rossinoy, believes. Every other Chelsea player believes. But I don't know of the fans if they truly believe that Chelsea will score 4 unreplied goals and allow Luis Enrique's, Dembele, and the other rest of the team, Hakimi, and just watch and admire Stamford Bridge. But let's take that interview of Luis Enrique. Yes, remember some time back when he said the English Premier League is a farmers' league? Well, let's hear Luis Enrique.
Hello, Mr. Luis Enrique. Hugo Ramirez from Televisa Univision. I want to make reference of a statement from the year before, the 7th May, after the game versus Arsenal. You said in an ironic way of the Farmers League. We are the Farmers League, but PSG has beaten 4 teams of Premier League last season, and this season, obviously, Tottenham, and right now, in the first leg, Chelsea. What can you say of the intensity of PSG? Because obviously it's compared about the leagues, but they demonstrated, PSG, that they can beat any team in the Premier League right now.
Well, I don't know. It was a joke. It was a joke, and that joke follows me all the time. But anyway, what I have to say, it's always a pleasure to play against English team, because they are at the top level, and we can show our level and our principles and our standards, and that's what we try to do. And it was funny last year, because we played almost against every English team, and this year it's happening the same, and we are trying to overcome those rivals on those matches, but nothing. It was a joke. We try to do our best, try to be polite, and try to respect everybody, every team, and that's our path. Well, it's always a motivation playing and managing those matches, different matches, special environment, and stadiums full of people trying to have fun. And yeah, for us as a team, it's undefending champions. It's a real motivation. We try to be focused on the important things. We try to be focused on the details, because details are always important when you play against teams that the same level that you. And we are going to try our best. We are looking forward to playing those kind of matches. And yeah, we have an advantage, but we know that advantage could be flow very, very fast, and we try to get focused on that. I have enough problems getting involved in my own profile. I think that's the moment to speak about tomorrow's match and about PSG. And I respect a lot Liam as an trainer and as a person, and I hope he achieves a lot of success, but after tomorrow. Okay, for the first question, I was trying to make a joke, but no, because if I answer that with a joke, maybe it's going to be in a different way. Okay, I explained that last summer. I have nothing to add. And the second question, I'm getting involved in the problems and in the moment of PSG. Nothing to speak about the church.
Okay, at a point, I was thinking that Luis Enrique is from Akwa Ibom State when he was saying it's a yoke, and it's a yoke. Well, actually, he was saying it was a joke. Well, let's see. We still have a lot on our table this morning, but let's head straight to the Emirates Stadium, where Mikel Arteta is also on standby as they prepare for that game against Leverkusen later tonight.
And on the game tomorrow, could you just ask some fitness questions, please? So there's no Jurriën Timber and Martin Odegaard in training. Are they out for tomorrow?
Yes, both of them are, yeah.
Leandro Trossard was back. Is he available?
He's okay. He felt good, so he's available.
And any other fitness issues?
No any other news.
And with Leverkusen last week, it was a tight game against them in Germany, a well-organised side. So what are you expecting tomorrow?
Well, very much the same. And watching them play against Bayern Munich at the weekend, very similar. So, again, really well coached, a team with a very clear structure, really good individuals. If not, obviously, we are not in a stage in the competition that we are in right now. So we know what we have to do. And in front of our crowd, with our people, putting all the energy in the world again, hopefully we're going to do it. Well, I think we have the leadership group, obviously, and certain individuals that are very close with him. The most important one is his family as well, and he's in a very good place there as well. And him, because he's used to a lot of things. He takes it very normally, and he knows that this sport is about today. Yeah, all the experiences that the players have and they can share and explain. It's very useful because probably he's going through things that some of us in the past we've been at his age, not many, but Martin is a really good example. Probably the will to win increases year by year when you've been so close as well. But yeah, stay focused, live the present, enjoy it as well because we have to feel privileged where we are, and then obviously have that will, that bite to make it happen. They have a lot of quality individually in a lot of areas of the pitch, and yeah, as every team, they have their strengths, their weaknesses, and we'll try to target them. No, I think Noni's got the personality, especially when things are difficult to step in and make aggressive decisions, and obviously has the quality to deliver for sure.
Okay, that's Mikel Arteta. It will be a 50-50 chance between Arsenal and Leverkusen, but 90 minutes will decide. Also, a big game will go down at the Etihad Stadium. It will be Manchester City up against Real Madrid.
In all the achievements that you've had as a manager?
No idea. It's at last 16, no idea. I don't know. It's a football game. Many things can happen. And you have to focus and try to first win the game, and after we see what happens during the game. So I don't have a specific plan, a part of the just try it.
Do you have to transmit your belief that the team can turn it round? Because it's a big ask.
Well, after 10 years, you have to convince my players about the beliefs. We are in problem. They know me quite well that every single game we try, there will be no exception. They have to. So they are the guys who play it, and I'm pretty sure they will try it. And I know most of them. Of course, most of them, they are new, they're experienced in that situations. And we are not the same group that many years, but at the same time, it's an incredible experience and an incredible opportunity to try it.
Hi, Pep. Can you take us into the decision of giving the players a day off today?
We train tomorrow.
Before the game?
Yeah.
Okay. And you say many times this is mental. Also, it's not just football. There's also a mental part involved. How much is this move a mental part, a mental way of recharge your players and get them ready for it?
It's related. The way you play, as much you play good, your mental will be strong, and you are not good, will be weaker. So it's more than 90 minutes. We are able. I'm not much concerned about the chances that we're going to create. I'm pretty sure we are able to do it at home. Always we are able to do it. It's more how well we are going to defend. Now I have to admit the task is massive. So score more than 3 goals against Madrid is not easy. The result in the first leg is not the perfect one. But at the same time, we are here. It's a football game. Everything can happen, and our momentum is always the Etihad Stadium are there. We have to create as much momentum as possible with our people, and do a good game for the talent players that we have, and defend well.
Yes, will Manchester City turn around a 3 goals deficit without scoring the goal, or they need to score 4 more goals before they can qualify? Well, you will not allow PSG to go to the bridge and stand and look, or probably you will not allow Real Madrid to also go to the Etihad Stadium and stand and look. 90 minutes definitely will decide. We'll wrap it up with tennis this morning, where British tennis star Emma Raducanu has pulled out of this week's Miami Open as she continues her recovery from a recent illness. Now, this marks the second occasion in 3 years Raducanu has withdrawn from the tournament, having previously pulled out in 2024 due to a lower back problem. Now, the setback will frustrate her, particularly after recently progressing to the 3rd round at the Indian Wells before suffering a 6-1, 6-1 defeat to Wimbledon finalist Amanda Anisimova. Now, the British #1 became unwell while playing in the Middle East last month and is still suffering with post-viral symptoms. She had a first-round bye for the event at the Miami Gardens in Florida from March 17 to March 29. And this is where we blow the final whistle on Rapid Sport Highlights this morning. The big conversation comes up precisely at about 9 a.m. with Marta and Victor Ake. I am Ijoma. Victor, good morning.